fiance had went out and she asked if I wanted anything. And I was like, you know what? I'll get Hardees for lunch. I can do an eating video. But I'd cut the lawn. I'm obviously filming this before we're leaving for New York, so you're going to see this next week while I'm in New York. But I want to get out and cut the lawn because it was out of control, but it's been raining like crazy here, but I found an opening to get out there. The lawn was still wet, but it wasn't a bad cut. I got to finish it up, though. You might hear the battery in the garage charging, but... Got a chicken sandwich meal here, a couple of biscuits. Whoops. Hand-breaded chicken sandwich. Bottom of the bag fries. I'll leave those in there for now. The biscuits. And got a Coke. Let's get this guy out. Oh, this is a bacon chicken sandwich, actually. Well, that's fine with me. Does have lettuce and tomato on here. Is that pickles? Oh, man. Not bad. Their fries do taste a little like BK's fries. Just thinner. Give you a good amount, though. I don't want to ramble about sports because at this point, I'm filming this video on like Tuesday. It's not going to go up till like Monday or next Tuesday. So who knows what's going to be happening. But when I get back, I'll be doing another ramble, sports ramble, whatever we're at in the playoffs. At that point, conference finals should be going on. Yeah, by the time I'm home. And I'll talk about, actually, I was mentioned on Instagram by someone talking about the NBA lottery. So if you're watching this video, I'll briefly talk about the lottery. The Mavs ended up winning the lottery. So this is almost like another, it's actually more, the odds were worse for the Mavericks than they were for the Islanders in the NHL one. But Dallas ended up with the first pick. The Wizards, I think, are picking like 6. The Spurs ended up with number 2 as well. And I want to say they had in the 30s. They had to have jumped a decent amount. People are saying it's rigged because they were forced to trade Luka to the Lakers. And this is their compensation. Honestly, when it comes, like, with the NHL, you can argue maybe things are rigged. In the NBA, I feel like there's been like 6 or 7, even more. This is going back to Ewing and like, what was it, like something with the envelope when the Knicks got Ewing. And this is going back to like Derrick Rose draft, right? The Anthony did, like, there's been a lot of drafts where teams with like no chance end up with the first pick. I don't know if it's rigged or not, but this one looks, you can argue. I mean, if they pick Cooper Flag, that's a nice addition on top of Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis. Kyrie's going to be gone for most of next year, right? But that's a little draft talk. I'll talk more about that when I do a full ramble. You're going to see a lot of videos just coming up next week. I'll probably have a 19K video right now. As of filming this, I don't know what it'll be out when it goes up. I think I'm at like 19,021, so I will be doing a 19K video. Jeez. You know what? I'm not the hugest fan of this crap. Get out of here. I was asked about in a comment, and I've been asked this in the past about another Q&A, and I was considering doing one around this time, maybe early June, because I think my last one was around this time a year ago. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait till I hit 20K, and I could do a 20K Q&A. A little more fitting for that, I guess. But I mean, it's going to take a little longer, obviously. I don't know when I'll get to 20K. So 19K took about 3 months, a little more. I've been on a hell of a run. Solid run. I'm going to be doing different, this thing is like falling apart. Get on there, you freaking baby. I'm going to be doing, I said it in the 2K gameplay. I'm going to be doing, I'll go back to that, but it's going to be a little bit. I need to take a break from that. I think I did 5 of them. I'll continue with the Portland team that I was starting to get pissed with. Lakers coming back down 3-0, and then I win a 60-plus games and get bounced in the first round. Whoops. That was definitely annoying. But I want to go back to doing, I need to do a retro game. Probably Genesis, something like that. I want to do Indie on the PS5. I still have not beaten Indie. I was hoping to beat it before I left, so I had another video to make on a review, but I just kind of slowed down playing it. I'd gotten my fiance Trine, so Trine 5, so we've been playing that on Xbox One. There's a game that'll piss you off. Fun, but you really gotta be on the same page like the whole time. And just the game in general has weird, annoying stuff. Well, in this 5th one, they seem to fix some of that. Yeah. Happy to get that long cut because if it was just kept downpouring, it would have been a real pain in the ass to do. Like I said, I gotta finish it, but the sun's out right now, so. And I'm going up top towards the other street as well. That's just a lot of the grass itself isn't long, but weeds pop up. It's very just, there's like, it's rocky up there and shit too, so. I wanted to get the main long cut, and I went down. back is tiny, so if I get out there to cut it, maybe tomorrow, fine. If I don't, it doesn't matter. Like the backyard goes like it's like a strip, like almost like two strips like this down, and then there's a side between like where the deck is and kind of where the shed is, and you go out to the front. There's like a section there, but that's not. It doesn't. You know, it will need to be cut when I get back, but it's not. I don't. It's out of the way. Nobody sees it, so. The thing I like the most is it's a nice workout. Pretty good chicken sandwich. Not bad, old Hardees. I was gonna get one of the burgers, but I was like, let me try chicken sandwich. If anybody's had their burgers, let me know they are. Because I've never had Hardee's burgers. Was it Hardee's and Carl's Jr.? Are they the same thing, just different names? I've not had that either, so. Well, Checkers and Rallies were the same thing, right? They just had different names. I don't know. Checkers was starting to go away, at least in New York. I don't know. I would assume it's still around, but. Did I talk about this? We watched a movie called Locked. I think it's Bill Skarsgård. Is it Bill? The younger one. He was Pennywise. And he's been in a ton of stuff now. What was that show he was on? It was one of the first Netflix shows. It wasn't the first one, but what was it called? Oh, man. Famke Johnson was in it, I think. I think the kid from Degrassi. He was the diplomat's son, I think. The kid, I just remember him being like the diplomat's son. I think he was in it. I gotta look this up. Was it something Grove? It was like, I think they were vampires, and they were the kid, one kid was a vampire hunter. I didn't end up watching the full show. I think I watched 2 seasons. Pretty decent, though, from what I saw, but it started to get a little, I don't know. I was losing a little interest, but it wasn't bad. Hemlock? Is it Hemlock Grove? Let's see if I'm right. Yes, it was. I remembered it. The diplomat's son. I thought it was decent, but it started. How many seasons did it have? I guess maybe 3. Yes, so it is Bill Skarsgård. That's what he was in. I mean, God, when did that come out? That was like. Was that even 20? It was 2013 or 2014 that show started. Like I said, it wasn't the first Netflix. That show with the dude who was in Sopranos, wasn't he also like the guitarist in, he still is, I forget his name, Bruce Springsteen's band, the E Street Band? He was the first one. He's like a mobster, and then he goes overseas. I don't know where he goes, what country, Sweden or something like that, Norway, one of the colder places overseas. But when did this start? Oh, wow. The final episode date was 15. It started in April of 2013. So that's all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, that was over 12 years ago now that show started. Pretty wild. It's a heart-shaped, that's cute. I guess for Mother's Day, for these older biscuits then. Yeah, I was starting to get frustrated. That last gameplay of 2K, I was getting. I think somebody commented. I think I literally was like, "This makes me sick. This game makes me sick sometimes." Like, because it does. Like, it's so ridiculous. Even when like, even there's times where I like feel like I shouldn't be making the playoffs, popping 50 something wins. Like, really. Of course, 8 seeds can beat 1 seeds. It doesn't happen a shit ton, but yes, it has happened. It happens. I think there's more chances of upsets more now than there used to be. But this is any era. Teams are winning 68 games and they're getting bounced in the first round, and they're getting like swept and they don't have injuries. But I mean, I've got my money's worth, my $5 worth of that. Anyway, sorry. The movie Locked. I was talking about Bill Skarsgård. I was talking about Hemlock Grove and then move on to something else. It's him, and he's like, I guess he's committed crimes in the past. And he loses his van. I guess his ex-wife. He's not able to pick up his kid. His ex-wife's getting sick of it. Everybody's getting sick of it. And he finds some money, and then he's looking for a car to break into. And he breaks into this car, I forget what it kind of is. And all of a sudden he can't get out. He's locked in the thing. And then all of a sudden it's Anthony Hopkins is voicing the owner of this car, who's had like 6 cars stolen or something. So he locks him in and he's screwing with him. He's popping the heat up. He can't get out either. And it's like bulletproof. So he has a gun and he shoots and it ricochets and hits him in the leg. But the guy, because he passes out from loss of blood, the guy's a doctor, and I guess he appears. I guess he lives like real close to where the car is in an apartment. I think it's on the West Coast city. They never say the city. I was thinking maybe Seattle or something, but I don't know. And because there's a part towards the end where they're driving towards the ocean. It looks very West, like maybe like Northern California, Oregon, Washington type look, at least from what I've seen in pictures. I've never been there, so I don't. I was just thinking maybe Seattle, but I don't know. Because at first I was like, is this New York City? And then there's just something, it can't be. He patches him up, and then he wakes up, and then he's still locked in there. He's flipping out, he's turning the music on constantly, and they're going back and forth with class type. Like, class kind of warfare at each other. Like, oh, you're a bum and this shit. And he's going at him, they're going at each other, whatever. And then he also, Anthony Hopkins has had problems to his daughter. There's going to be spoilers here. His daughter was killed by a thief or whatever. And he's turning the heat up on him. He's playing music. He's then putting the AC on. He's messing with him bad. He's barely feeding him. He has like a cookie and a water in the glove box that he unlocks randomly when he gives him information. But the end of this movie to me was ridiculous. Like... Spoilers here if you want to see this movie. Just don't. Eventually, Anthony Hopkins' character actually gets into the car. You see him because he has Bill Skarsgård zip tie himself to the thing, and they're driving along the coast kind of area. And then Bill Skarsgård does a thing. He unlatches a thing that gets him free. No, it doesn't get him free. What does it do? I think it's a thing where it completely shuts down the car, but he's able to. No, he doesn't get loose. I think it just shuts down the car. And all of a sudden the car goes off a cliff. Anthony Hopkins takes a shot at some point. So maybe he did get free, I forget. He takes a shot and he fires a bullet and bounces all over the place. It hits Anthony Hopkins. But then this car flips down a mountain hillside. There's no way. The fact that he was shot too. Bill Skarsgård was shot earlier, but Hopkins would have been done. And the car goes on fire. The fact that Bill Skarsgård's character was able to just get out of the back of this car, he's able to break the window. Because Anthony Hopkins is pretty much going to murder him. He's got tools, saw and stuff. Mallet, whatever, hammer. like he's able to walk. His face is a little busted up. I'm like, there's no way. Especially because at the time I think he was zip tied to the thing. He broke free. I think after it finished crashing. I think that's what happened. I'm like, dude, he would have been folded in half in the position he was in when this thing was flipping. I was like, that was a bit ridiculous. They should have just had it like maybe hit a tree or something. Well, that would have killed him too. The way he was, because he was like zip tied to the front like this with his head like right in the dash. Not a bad movie, but it's like, okay, they got to finish an end here. It's like, oh wait, this car flipped. But yeah, this is just I can't even eat these fries. This other biscuit, pretty good biscuit though. Chicken sandwich, solid fries are decent. But yeah. Let me know if you've had burgers from there. I might get a burger at some point. But yeah, thanks for checking us out, and have a good day.